Have you ever paused to consider that the very exercises you've been told are essential for staying youthful and energetic might, in fact, be subtly undermining your strength and stability as you navigate your golden years? It's a rather unsettling thought, isn't it? So many of us, especially as we cross the threshold of 60 or 65, embrace physical activity with the best intentions. We want to remain vigorous, independent, and full of life. But what if some of these well-meaning efforts, these common exercise routines, are actually leading us down a path to increased injury, accelerated decline, or even a diminished quality of life? It's a question that deserves our careful attention. We see advertisements, hear advice from friends, maybe even follow routines we've done for years, all in the pursuit of health. But are we truly making the wisest choices for our bodies as they are today? The reality is, the landscape of physical well-being changes as we age, and what once built us up could, if we're not careful, begin to wear us down. I want to ask you right now, before we even dive in, have you ever felt a little lost, or perhaps even misled, by the sheer volume of exercise advice out there, wondering what's genuinely right for you? Go ahead and type a yes in the comments if that resonates. You're certainly not alone. Today, we're not just going to skim the surface. We're going to delve deep into some commonly promoted exercises that, frankly, could be doing more harm than good for many seniors. And more importantly, we'll uncover the smarter, safer, and truly effective movements that can help you build lasting strength, enhance your mobility, and safeguard that precious independence for all the years to come. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about empowering you with knowledge. So, if you're ready to rethink your approach to fitness and discover strategies that truly support your well-being, make sure you're subscribed and perhaps even hit that notification bell, because insights like these are what we're all about here. Now, let's talk about these potential saboteurs. It's often not that an exercise is inherently bad, but rather that its traditional form, the way it's often pushed, simply doesn't align with the physiological realities of an aging body. There's a pervasive myth, isn't there, that to stay young we must exercise like we are young? This can be a dangerous trap. Think about high-impact running or jogging on hard surfaces. For younger folks, it can feel invigorating, a rush of adrenaline. Many seniors carry this image of themselves, wanting to recapture that feeling of boundless energy. And who can blame them? But here's the often unspoken truth. As we age, our cartilage, that natural cushioning in our joints, naturally thins. Our bones may become less dense. So each of those jarring strides on unforgiving concrete, it's sending shockwaves through your knees, your hips, your spine. The competitor's video rightly points out a staggering increase in injury risk. But I want to go deeper. It's not just the acute injury, it's the slow, insidious wear and tear that can accelerate conditions like osteoarthritis. You might not feel it dramatically after one run, or even 10. But over time, that chronic inflammation, that microscopic damage, it accumulates. And what about proprioception, your body's subtle sense of its position in space? It often diminishes with age, making missteps and falls during such activities far more likely. Could it be that what feels like a good burn is actually your body signaling distress? And the cardiovascular system? While we think of running as heart-healthy, the sudden, intense spikes in heart rate and blood pressure from high-impact activities can place undue strain on a mature heart, especially if there are undiagnosed underlying conditions. Is there a smarter way to achieve cardiovascular fitness without this high-stakes gamble? I believe so. It's about finding that sweet spot of exertion without excessive impact. The question isn't should I do cardio, but what kind of cardio truly serves my body now? So, does this mean you hang up your sneakers forever if you enjoy a good, brisk movement? Not at all. But it does mean a critical reevaluation. Perhaps it's shifting from pounding the pavement to brisk walking on a softer track or a beautiful nature trail, or maybe exploring swimming or cycling, which offer fantastic cardiovascular benefits without the punishing impact. It's about adapting intelligently, wouldn't you agree? What once served you might need an upgrade to continue serving you well. Next, let's tackle the often misunderstood world of weightlifting. The image of hoisting heavy iron is deeply ingrained in our culture as a symbol of strength and vitality. And for younger bodies, building significant muscle mass this way can be beneficial. But for those of us over 65, approaching heavy weightlifting with that same go big or go home mentality can be, frankly, a recipe for disaster. As our bodies mature, muscle elasticity changes, tendons and ligaments become less pliable, and our cardiovascular system might not respond to sudden extreme loads with the same resilience it once did. The competitor's piece mentions blood pressure spikes and vascular injury, and these are very real concerns. Think about the immense strain placed on arteries that may have lost some of their youthful flexibility. What about the joints? A single overzealous lift, a moment of compromised form with a heavy weight, could lead to a torn rotator cuff, a herniated disc, or a serious knee injury. Recovering from such setbacks as a senior is often a much longer, more arduous journey, sometimes with incomplete healing. And again, that subtle but critical factor, proprioception. A slight loss of balance during a heavy squat, or a moment where muscles fatigue unexpectedly under a heavy load can lead to a catastrophic fall. I often wonder, have you ever felt that internal or external pressure in a gym setting to lift more than felt truly comfortable, perhaps to keep up or prove something? It's a common psychological trap. The truth is, for seniors, the goal of strength training shifts. It's less about building massive bulk and more about maintaining functional strength, preserving bone density, and enhancing stability, all of which can be achieved far more safely. This isn't to say resistance training should be avoided, absolutely not. It is crucial. But it's about embracing smart strength. This means focusing on controlled movements, appropriate resistance, and impeccable form. The question to ask yourself isn't how much can I lift, but how well and how safely can I build the strength I need for a vibrant life. Now, what about those explosive, high-impact exercises like box jumps, jump squats, or burpees, often marketed as the key to maintaining youthful agility and power? For a well-conditioned younger athlete, they can indeed build explosive strength. But for many seniors, these movements are a silent, high-stakes gamble. Think about the mechanics. These exercises demand rapid, forceful contractions and landings. As we've discussed, aged tendons and ligaments are less elastic, more brittle. Joints are more susceptible to wear and tear. The force transmitted through your knees, hips, and spine during an explosive jump can be immense, often on areas already grappling with age-related degeneration like osteoarthritis. The competitor's video cites the CDC on falls being a leading cause of injury and death in seniors, and many of these are linked to abrupt, destabilizing movements. Plyometrics, by their very nature, are full of such movements. A misstep on a box jump, an awkward landing from a jump squat. These aren't just risking a twisted ankle. We're talking about the potential for fractured hips, broken wrists, serious head trauma, or debilitating spinal injuries. And the recovery? It can be long, painful, and often leads to a permanent loss of independence and a profound fear of movement, something known as post-fall anxiety syndrome. This fear can then lead to inactivity, creating a tragic downward spiral. Is that youthful energy worth such a devastating risk? So, does this mean seniors should resign themselves to slow, shuffling movements? Absolutely not. But agility for a senior isn't about jumping onto a high box. It's about being able to navigate your environment safely, to react quickly to a stumble, to move with grace and confidence. Low-impact agility drills, balance exercises, practices like Tai Chi, these can cultivate true, functional agility without the terrifying risks of high-impact plyometrics. The question becomes, are you training for an Olympic event or for a long, healthy, independent life? All right, we've talked a lot about what to approach with extreme caution. It might sound a bit daunting, but knowledge is power. Now let's shift our focus to the truly empowering part, the exercises and approaches that can genuinely build you up, protect your health, and add vibrant years to your life. It's not about what you can't do, it's about what you can do, wisely and effectively. Let's start with something beautifully simple, yet profoundly powerful: brisk walking. You might think, walking, that's too easy, but don't underestimate its magic. As the competitor's video highlights, studies show incredible benefits, like significantly lowering mortality risk. But I want you to think about it beyond just the physical statistics. Brisk walking is a conversation with your body and the world around you. It gently challenges your cardiovascular system, improving circulation without those dangerous spikes in blood pressure. It tones muscles in your legs and core, crucial for everyday tasks. It helps maintain bone density, fighting off the silent creep of osteoporosis. But the benefits extend to your mind and spirit. Neuroscientists have shown its power in enhancing cognitive function, improving memory, and even reducing dementia risk. Each purposeful stride sends oxygen-rich blood to your brain, fostering clarity and calm. And perhaps one of its greatest attributes is its accessibility and the sense of autonomy it offers. No expensive gym memberships, no complicated equipment, just you, your comfortable shoes, and the path ahead. Whether it's a sunlit park, a quiet neighborhood, or even the corridors of a mall on a rainy day, walking connects you to nature, to your community, and to your own resilient spirit. It's not just exercise, it's a moving meditation, a source of daily joy. To maximize its benefits, aim for a pace that elevates your heart rate slightly but still allows you to hold a conversation. Consistency here is far more valuable than sporadic, intense efforts. Have you found a walking routine that brings you joy? Share your favorite places to walk in the comments. You might inspire someone. Next up, something that becomes increasingly vital as the years pass: balance. It's one of those things we take utterly for granted when we're younger, but as the competitor's video rightly emphasizes, falls are a massive threat to senior independence and health. Balance isn't just about not falling. It's about moving through life with confidence and grace. The subtle decline in our balance systems often goes unnoticed until a near miss or, unfortunately, a fall. Our internal stabilizers, those small muscles in our ankles, hips, and core, might weaken. Our sensory feedback might not be as sharp. But the wonderful news is that balance is highly trainable. Think of balance training as re-educating your body's internal wisdom. Simple practices, done consistently, can make a world of difference. Standing on one leg, heel-to-toe walks, or engaging in mind-body practices like Tai Chi can dramatically improve your stability and slash your fall risk. And it's not just about the physical act of staying upright. Balance training rebuilds something intangible but incredibly precious: confidence. The fear of falling can be paralyzing, causing seniors to withdraw, to become more sedentary, which ironically further weakens balance. By proactively working on your stability, you reclaim not just physical steadiness, but also the freedom to engage with life more boldly. When was the last time you consciously challenged your balance in a small, safe way? Maybe today is a good day to start. Finally, let's talk about strength, but with a crucial modifier: intelligent strength training. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. The competitor's video touches on this. This loss isn't just about looking less toned. It's about losing the very power you need for daily living, for independence. Intelligent strength training for seniors isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's about preserving and gently rebuilding functional strength. The strength to get up from a chair with ease, to carry groceries, to play with grandchildren, to live your life without feeling limited by physical weakness. And the wonderful thing is, you don't need to lift massive weights. Light dumbbells, resistance bands, or even strategically using your own body weight can provide the stimulus your muscles need. Studies show that consistent, moderate resistance training not only builds muscle and bone density, but also improves balance and even mental sharpness. I know some seniors might feel intimidated by the idea of strength training, but please cast aside any images of grunting, sweaty gyms if that doesn't appeal to you. This can be done gently, at your own pace, even in the comfort of your home. The focus is on controlled movements, good form, and listening to your body. Each bit of strength you maintain or regain is a victory, a step towards greater energy, self-sufficiency, and optimism. This isn't about vanity, it's about vitality. It's about having the physical capacity to enjoy the life you've built. So we've explored exercises to approach with caution and those to embrace with enthusiasm. But cultivating a vibrant, healthy life as we age goes beyond just the what to do and what not to do of physical movement. It's about adopting a certain philosophy, a mindset. Think of your body not as something that's inevitably failing, but as your lifelong companion, a remarkable vessel that has carried you through decades of experiences. How are you choosing to nurture that relationship now? It's about making conscious, informed choices every day, not out of fear, but out of respect and love for yourself. It's about finding joy in movement, whatever form that takes for you. It's about understanding that active aging isn't a chore to be endured, but a privilege to be embraced. You are, in many ways, the chief architect of your well-being in these precious years. The competitor's video speaks of the price you pay. And it's true, our choices do have consequences. But let's frame it positively. Every wise choice you make, opting for a walk instead of prolonged sitting, choosing nourishing foods, practicing a few balance exercises, is an investment in your future self. It's an investment in more years of independence, more moments of joy, more life in your years. It's not about striving for some impossible ideal of eternal youth, but about maximizing your health, your energy, and your ability to engage with the world on your own terms for as long as possible. These insights, these discussions, are all meant to inspire you, to empower you to live more fully, more authentically. And now, as we always love to do, I'd be genuinely interested to hear from you. Take a moment. What's one key idea from our conversation today that resonated with you, or perhaps one small change you feel inspired to make in your own approach to health and movement? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and insights enrich this community, and we can all learn from and support one another on this journey. If you found this discussion valuable, if it sparked a new idea or offered some clarity, please let us know by typing a 1 in the comments. And if it didn't quite hit the mark for you today, a 0 is perfectly fine. Your honest feedback truly helps us tailor our content to better serve your needs. We're committed to bringing you information that makes a real difference. Don't forget to give this video a like if it helped you, share it with friends or family who might benefit, and of course, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into healthy, empowered aging. Thank you so much for watching, for engaging, and for being a part of this thoughtful community. Here's to moving wisely, living fully, and embracing every stage of life with strength and grace.